Preparing live stream. Press the MD plus tilde to return to the meeting control.
Hello, welcome. I'm waiting for my computer to tell me it is connected and live streaming. Thank you for joining me. Hello, welcome. I'm waiting. Okay. Sometimes my settings get a little off. So I'm Sarah from Divinely Thank you for your patience for that little muffled intro. And welcome to this full moon in Sagittarius wisdom. I just thought I would bring you guys a little live today. I haven't done these in a while. Life's been a little bit, I don't know, unknown, uncertain, weird, crazy, right? And this is what I said 2022 was going to be the ultimate release of control and embracing and surrendering to the unknown, but yet trusting that God's got you, the divine's got you, and you're okay. And that you're put in places. This is so perfect for me and my current circumstances. We're put into places on purpose, right? We're guided where to go when we trust our gut and we trust our intuition and we trust the divine. We're put into places on purpose for purposes that maybe we don't know about, right? We don't understand, or even if we don't like them, right? Or we don't like where we are put, okay? And something that one of my spiritual support people reminded me of was root your root, right? Our root chakra is our sits bones. It's our security, it's our safety, it's our connection to the earth, right? And so root where you are rooted is rooting yourself in. And so it's a matter of like choosing, right? Wherever you're guided to go is choosing to root there and be grounded and be rooted where you are, and continuing to choose your alignment where you are at, physically, geographically, where you're at. And so we always have a choice, right? But sometimes, when we get into this space of like trusting the guidance, like I kind of knew I was energetically done with Arizona, with Phoenix, Arizona. Like I love it there. I love the climate, but things didn't, kind of like when I left California, like I kind of just knew I was done with California. I loved parts of California, just like I loved parts of Arizona, but there's then like that bigger energy of like, your work here is done. You are finished here. And I'm seeing this a lot with other friends in like that are, highly spiritual and really tapped into their intuition. Like they're seeing that where they're done in that, doing that thing, and they're ready to be done, right? And we see this with, various services that become available and then don't become available and whatnot. And so what I want to bring you with this full moon is this full moon's like just some basic astrology, because I know a lot of my astrology gets over people's heads. So I kind of want to go in a little bit basic today. The moon has this 28-day-ish cycle, right? All of the planets, all of the stars, all of them have cycles. Okay. The moon happens to be a 28-day. And so depending on what sign, zodiac sign the sun is in, is when we have the new moon. That's when the moon is dark and whatnot. So we had a new moon in Gemini because we're in Gemini season of the sun, right? That's where the sun is. Now, the opposite of that is Sagittarius. And so we have a full moon in Sagittarius. So the full moons are usually the opposing sign of the sign that the sun is in. So this one happens to be in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a fire sign to the Gemini air sign, right? So we have this fire moon. It actually, I believe it occurred in the middle of the night. I'm not exactly sure what time the moon was actually full or peaked at full. But so we have a full moon every 28 days. And so what happens with the full moon, and this is sort of my own theory of why we see all of the craziness, right? I've worked in a call center before, and I remember full moon days like, oh, God, right? Because all of the weird all of the crazy, all of the upheaval comes out of people during a full moon, because a full moon illuminates, it shines a light on our, and when we shine a light on something, we cast shadows. And so we see our shadow is revealed to us, whether it's our physical shadow, our emotional shadow, or our spiritual shadow is revealed to us. And those reveals are meant to be our way of learning, growing, right? Because you see this shadowy part of yourself and you're like, ew, how can I be better? How can I change that? How can I make a shift so I understand that differently? That is what a full moon does. A full moon in a fire sign, specifically Sagittarius, is more of a playful fire sign. It's the last fire sign before we get into the winter months. Because it occurs, Sagittarius season of the sun occurs right at the end of November into December. And so that's like the fire before the dark of the rest of December until we get to spring and Aries season, which is the next fire sign, is also the beginning of the zodiac. Okay. So, so we have this fire sign. It's also, we're about to have the summer solstice. And all kinds of other fun transits are happening. You might be noticing your relationship shifting because we have a lot of relationship transits occurring. We have a lot of deep inner healing transits occurring. And so this full moon is sort of bringing light to and bringing guidance to where those relationships are going, where the relationship with yourself is going, where your own self-worth and your own like healing, inner healing is going. Okay. So that's kind of my lesson on the full moon in Sagittarius, as well as like an in general full moon. So hopefully that made some sense. I love your feedback on that. In any way you want to present your feedback, I appreciate it. And so I pulled a couple cards from the Ancient Feminine Wisdom. We got Klaya, which is the abundance card. This resonated with me. I just did a quarterly journaling session last night with Hearts Unleashed. And what really came through was a lot of abundance and a lot of determination to like root where I'm rooted, to be where I'm at right now in the geography of things, and to make this shit work, right? Make this place work for me, because no matter where I am geographically, it's still my responsibility to continue with my alignment, continue with the work I do, and to make the area work for me. So, so that's what I get from this abundance card, is like, create your own abundance. Like, this is a fiery moon that we get the opportunity to create abundance. And we still have active transits happening in Aries, with Jupiter being there. And Jupiter is the planet of abundance and expansion. And it being in a fire sign, the beginning of the zodiac, we're in that space of like new stories, new ways of being. And so it's an opportunity to create something new to move forward. And then I drew from the Believe in Your Own Magic, and we get the rainbow card. Okay, give them a chance. Trust in them. Trust in the people you're around. And if you don't, it's time to get some new people. Okay. So, so this rainbow card is sort of guiding us to create, I want to say create creativity, but create colorful, like this is what I'm just sort of interpreting and channeling right now, is like creating a colorful spectrum where you are. You get to choose to show up in your own way, no matter where you are actually physically located. And so this is all kind of personal on my end, but also I feel like a lot of people are sort of uprooting and maybe moving around. And so I feel like this is everyone's lots of people are going through this. And even if you're not, and you're staying right where you are geographically, shifting your beliefs about where you are geographically and being like, you know what? Screw how it's gone before. I'm going to make this freaking work, and get that level of determination to make it work. And if it's not working and you're simply dissatisfied, you are the one responsible for making that change and changing where you're at, uprooting yourself and rooting yourself down in a place that feels more grounded. So I hope you found this to be helpful. Like I said, I would love your feedback. I kind of got some feedback from some people that really felt like my astrology was like way over their head, which it is. I study a lot of really in-depth astrology. And so I really want to make it a point to provide you some education about it and, kind of simplify it a little bit so that it makes more sense so that you can actually learn where what I'm studying and how I'm studying it and interpreting it and all that. So I appreciate you so much for tuning in. I hope you have a beautiful full moon day and open yourself up to the opportunities of abundance that are available for you. It's very easy to get stuck in scarcity mode right now, but we've got a lot of planetary support to shift to an abundance state of mind. So I strongly encourage you to do that. If you'd like to work with me privately, my email is below and you can contact me and we can do a one-to-one session where I can bring all of my tools in my toolkit to support you in whatever is coming up for you. So I'm sending you so much love. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm going to see you the next time. If you really want me to do daily lives, the best way to let me know that you really want daily lives is to like this video, share this video, leave a comment to let me know that daily stuff is what you would really love from me. I love doing the weekly sun signs, but I welcome your feedback so that I know how to present with you content that is supportive for you.